An investigation is being carried out on an incoming passenger who breached COVID-19 quarantine, and that person is likely to face charges. The 29th August quarantine breach was disclosed during the 1st September NEOC COVID-19 briefing. Abdul Samuel, chairman of the National COVID-19 Task Force, said the individual on the investigation had just arrived from overseas and was delivered by taxi to a residence to undertake the required quarantine. Samuel spoke of the circumstances of the breach of quarantine.
The incoming traveler would have been taken to the place of residency, which would have been a home quarantine approved facility in a particular village in St. Kitts. The taxi would have dropped off the individual, and while the taxi would have basically do a turnaround and would have reached in a particular challenged area, they would have had to return to the same area in which they would have dropped off the individual. Once that would have happened, the taxi operator would have observed that the same individual that was dropped off in the home, at the home, would have actually jumped in a vehicle and would have traveled in the same direction that the taxi would have been traveling. These are some of the challenges that we are having with persons going home. We are appealing to the general public as we attempt to normalize things, to exercise your civil responsibility. We cannot do it by ourselves. Task force, whoever in the task force, security forces, medical team, we cannot do it alone. If you do not exercise your civic responsibility as a citizen, resident, visitor of this country, then we are going to be challenged forever. So the situation is under investigation at this moment, and we are hopeful that we will have a successful outcome by having this individual prosecuted to the highest order of the law.
The offender could face a hefty fine and possible jail time if found guilty in court. In previous cases involving visitors, individuals were fined and deported from the country. Glenn Bart reporting for SK Newsline.